All right, guys, welcome to It's Called Football.
So, you look happy there.
Good week.
Great week. We gained some points.
Yep.
I'm happy. Okay, let's jump straight into it this week. So, start with the results.
Let's go.
There we go. Big one there. Everton and Arsenal 1-1.
Yeah, we knew that was going to be a tough game. Everton, tough to beat at home, that's for sure.
I think it was a dodgy penalty. I didn't really see the decision. I just seen the penalty. It was a bit of a soft one, wasn't it?
It was, but,
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
I mean, I like Arsenal, Saka came in, some of the other players, but I feel like obviously they were resting for Real Madrid. So, Arsenal with a massive win yesterday.
Oh, what a win for them.
3-0. Declan Rice, 2 banger free kicks. Unbelievable.
They could be both goals of the season for the Champions League.
They were classic, weren't they? They were good goals.
Did you see Mbappe's face when he scored the second one?
No.
Oh, Lord. Mbappe's face, he just goes.
I seen Bellingham. Bellingham didn't look too happy. He looked pissed. So big result. I mean, this result straight away helps Liverpool. They closed the gap to 11 before this Liverpool played. But it affected the league because Liverpool needed less points to win the league now, because obviously it's based on Arsenal getting maximum points. So big difference there helped them. Palace 2-1, big win for Palace.
Yeah, that was a big win. That was a big game for both of these teams because they've both had a great season. Both playing good football. Crystal Palace, I think they just was going through a little rocky patch, right?
We can look at that in a minute. We'll throw. I mean, let's throw it up quickly. Let me just put this up for you guys. You can see this better as well. So I'm gonna go. So Palace, obviously, you can't see Palace there.
Yeah, but
But that cost Brighton, because if they'd have won, they'd have been on 50 points, which still keeps them in with the top 5 Champions League. So that was tough. They've lost the last 2 and drew, so the run they're on's killed their chances.
Yeah.
If I just throw up.
Yeah, and there you go. And same for Palace.
Form, though,
Palace really needed that, and they've still got a game in hand.
Look at their last 5 games.
So, yep. Okay, so it was Brighton who I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, Palace have started to play good.
Yeah.
Same as last season, they finished super strong. They're on 43, game in hand, they take them ahead of Bournemouth in the top half of the table. I mean, they could scrape into Europe. Depends how far down that goes for the European places. Big game there. We have this one here. I think that's done. They're relegated now. I think
that was a huge win for Wolves. Ipswich were 1-0 up in this game, weren't they?
Yep, as well.
So, kind of feel a little sorry for Ipswich, coming up from the division below, but they've got the parachutes back out right now, and they're going back down.
I think they're going to keep Kieran McKenna. I mean, that game was like, if Ipswich had won, it'd have been 6 points behind Wolves. Chances stay up. Now it's 12. Probably done now.
Yeah.
But Ipswich have came up 2 divisions, and at least now
they lost a lot of players, didn't they, during the summer?
I'm not too sure. I know they signed a few.
Yeah, but I think they lost some major players during the summer as well.
Well, this is big for their club, though, to get them back to where they need to be. Like, just try and... Because it's always a bit of a yo-yo, up and down, and then try and stay up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then, get that money. So, West Ham, Bournemouth.
Good result for West Ham.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Because Bournemouth, another team that's, they're up there, top half of the table.
They're struggling. I mean, they started, look at their form.
Yeah, their form's been...
I mean, look at this here.
The form's been bad, but
right here.
Look at where they're at with that form still.
I know. I mean, there was crazy. One point we were talking about them for top 4.
Yeah.
They've picked up 2 points in 15. So, if they'd have picked up 3 wins out of that, that's 7 points they've been, 52 they've been on, that would have put them level with City.
Yeah.
They've had a horrendous run. They're playing Fulham the next game. They've been slipping up big time. And then this is a big win here. Like Villa, I didn't see this game. I was actually coaching me at the game, and you said they were 2-0 up after 15 minutes.
Yeah, they were 2 quick goals. Kind of put Nottingham Forest in shock, to be honest. They just looking at each other, didn't know what the hell was going on because they're not used to that. Villa just, they're just on that roll right now. They're tough to beat without a doubt. They're playing some of the best football in the league right now.
Forest came back into it there, so yeah, Forest come back in. I believe second half they were all over them, so it was makes a difference there on that game. They They had the chance. I mean, are they going to stay in top 4 still? This is a question.
I mean, they've got the points to keep them there. That's the difference right now. They do have a 2-game, 1.5 game buffer. That's the difference with them. The 4 points clear of Chelsea. Newcastle's the one to watch because they've still got a game in hand. So that would only put them a point behind Forest. So it's
what's going on with your camera there? We'll have to try and fix that.
My only worry for Forest is, this last few games, they really can't afford to drop points because everybody's right by them now in the league, and that was my only worry for them. If they lost a couple of crunch games, that
Where are they? 57, 4 ahead of Chelsea still. Newcastle are 4 behind with a game in hand.
Yeah, so
City
Newcastle,
are 5 behind, and I mean it's crunch. I'd like to see the games. They're at Everton. They've got Everton next. Is that away to Everton? No, they're home to Everton. Liverpool's at home.
Right.
They're home to Everton. Must-win game.
Yeah, so some big games there.
Yeah, they got to get a couple of wins. Ball draw here. This cost Chelsea. I don't know what happened in this game. 0-0. Brentford are tough.
Yeah, Brentford have been playing tough. Chelsea they're just lacking the firepower. It seems at the moment they're just not putting the ball in the back of the net like they were at the start of the season. So
they're probably going to spend another $1 billion, aren't
they? They need to spend at least $500 million, I think, this summer. So
just to score a couple more goals.
And then
we'll skip the next one and jump to Tottenham winning 3-1.
Fulham 3, Liverpool 2.
I see Tottenham 3-1 right here. Look.
Oh, right, yeah. So Fulham 3, Liverpool 2.
That was horrendous, that game.
Great start for Fulham. I think they put yous under it, and
our defense was terrible. Like we scored. McAllister scored a screamer, and then it was 3 really bad defensive errors. I still think it was a foul by Muniz on Van Dijk. A little nudge in the back is enough to push him off the ball. And you know what's like. Someone shoves you in the back, you move forward. I mean,
but it's he's got to be stronger than that as well.
We gave the ball away to back really bad, and we got punished for it.
Yeah.
Came back second half, but we just couldn't get the goals.
Seemed I put Van Dijk in my fantasy team.
Yeah, you need to just leave him out.
He's like,
I need to hack your account and get stuck in there.
Yeah. So, yeah, Van Dijk got me for sure. And then Tottenham, 3-1 over Southampton. Badly needed win.
Was it 3-0? I think I had Tottenham 3-0, and then I seen Southampton score right at the end or something.
Yeah, this is a badly needed win for Tottenham.
They are struggling. Did you see the table before they won that game? Let me just pull this up here. If you look at this, they were actually 5th from bottom. They were 2 points ahead of Wolves before they played, because West Ham played Saturday, Everton played Saturday.
Yeah, they would have gone below West Ham if they hadn't won that game.
No, they was below them before they played.
Yeah, I'm saying, so had they not won that game, they would have been in,
it's crazy. I mean,
right just above Wolves.
They would have been 2 points out of Wolves if somehow lost that game. Obviously, you wouldn't see that happening, but that's crazy. They're playing Wolves as well this week. That's going to be interesting. And then ball draw here, Manchester Derby.
Yeah,
it was boring.
It was kind of a boring game for sure. But at this stage of the season, United will take the draw, not losing to their local rivals. So
yeah, I think you guys are flying now, aren't you? What was that? 13th. There you 13th. Go. Extra prize money you're going for, aren't you?
Another point gained.
Flying.
Another point gained.
110, drawn 8, lost 13.
Crazy.
Yeah. -4 goal difference.
But that has been the difference all season. We've just not put the ball in the back of the net.
Roy Keane was having a big rant about you guys. It was funny.
Yeah.
Roy. Newcastle just came out firing against Leicester.
Yeah. This was, I thought Ruud van Nistelrooy had a long face, but let me tell you, during this game, it got a lot longer. After that first
do you think
goal.
he's going to get sacked?
Yeah.
He should do, really, shouldn't he? It's too late now. It doesn't matter. They're down.
The problem is right now with Leicester is I think the crowd are against the board right now more so than the manager.
Yeah, so they're not blaming him because obviously they didn't sign players.
Yeah. So
but they've been yo-yoing. They've been yo-yoing up and down.
But that's why I think they're really protesting the board at the moment. So,
They didn't spend money.
At the moment, nobody can help Leicester. So
they've broken a record for the most consecutive games at home, losing in a row without scoring.
Yeah.
8 in a row they've lost to 0. It's horrendous.
It's always great to break those records, right?
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. You broke a few this year.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start calling you a Greek team, the way you're going, breaking records. So, and then I was want to talk about Southampton quickly as well. So Southampton, they were talking about the manager. They fired him. They sacked him.
Mm-hmm.
But they were saying, did they make a mistake by getting rid of Russell Martin? And I thought they did at the time, because I thought they actually played a lot better with him. They were very gung-ho at times, but they were definitely in games.
I think one of the problems is they really tried this playing out from the back all season, and it's actually screwed them all season. Like, they've lost so many goals from playing out from the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the problem. Like, if your team's not very good playing out from the back, then you know what?
Go long.
Yeah. Why just keep... I know it's all great saying we want to play the right way and this and that, but you know what? You're talking Premier League here, you know? Like,
yeah, you can't do it. It's not a championship.
Yeah, this isn't, kids soccer. This is, the top of the league, the top league in the world, and you want to try and play pretty football against teams that are way better than you. It's not going to happen.
I think they should have stuck with Russell Martin, and then obviously if they went back down again, just keep building the team, let him do his job again in Championship where he got him to win the league, bring him back up again.
Yeah.
And then they build from there. I mean, look at these other teams that came up over the years.
I think the
Brentford,
problem, though,
Brighton, Bournemouth. I mean, these teams have all done this.
Yeah, but I think the problem again is though them trying to play the same football and him not giving up on his. I think that's what cost him his job. He kept stuck to his values of how he wants the team to play, and unfortunately, they weren't good enough.
Speaking of a manager who sticks to his values, we have another one who's all the way down there as well. This guy right here.
Who's that?
Right here, Tottenham. Yeah,
but again though, his injuries this year are crazy.
Yeah, but they got all their players back now, and the fans are all over them.
Yeah, but they've only just come back. Their players, they've had a crazy,
What did you say happened last week? You said he was giving it large to the crowd, and then they disallowed the goal. This is against Chelsea and they lost 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad.
I think he's gone. I mean, they play tomorrow, don't they? They play tomorrow in the Europa League quarterfinals. That is a massive game. What happens if they win that? If they win that title, what are they going to do? You're going to fire him?
No, they're not going to fire him if they win that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
he fell out with the crowd though, hasn't he? Now the fans don't want him.
The problem is he's very he's an emotional manager, so he says what's on his mind, and sometimes you just got to be quiet and get on with it. But he's been blaming a lot of things like VAR for him losing the love of football and this and that. But you know what? It is what it is.
You just have to deal with it. This is the way I look at it. If you're coaching the team and you have all these injuries, you've got to find a way to work with what you've got and get on with it, because there's nothing you can do and bitch and moan about it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at like some of the teams this season now, like Arsenal. They could be like, oh, we're blaming they've lost these players, but you see them yesterday against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Step up to the plate. It's time for other players. I mean, they've got Lewis Skelly now. They have, what's the young kid? Wanyeri. These are two players they've got now for the future that they wouldn't have really had playing as much if they didn't have these injuries.
And they've just got a new free kick specialist as well.
Yeah, exactly. Declan Rice.
He's never taken a senior free kick.
Yeah, I didn't even know he'd never scored one. Yeah, it's crazy.
He's never taken one.
That's nuts. He's so good at them.
He just took the best 2 free kicks I've seen in 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. They were unbelievable.
Right.
If you guys haven't seen a free kick Declan Rice scored yesterday against Real Madrid for Arsenal, go and watch them. I think the second one was better than the first. The first one,
I've not seen a ball bend that much
since Carlos.
Yeah, Roberto Carlos was in the crowd as well watching.
Was he? That's funny.
Yes. Yeah, because they zoomed in on him. Like, I wonder what he thought of that one.
That's it. This one's for you, Roberto.
Yeah, but no, unbelievable goals. Fair play to Declan Rice.
Yeah, it was pretty special. Okay, so there's much to say about this, is there?
Kind of a boring game.
Well, two shit teams. What can I say?
Yeah, no, there really wasn't. United, I think, had more goal threat chances, but couldn't put it away. So,
let's see. What shots on target? 2.
Who? Yeah, but shot. That's what I'm saying.
What's that? Okay, so you're just telling me you guys can't hit the barn doors. What he's telling me, because he had 13 shots and got 2 on target.
Yeah,
City had 9 and got 5 of them on target.
Yeah. No, for sure. Our strikers are just, I don't know.
What's that? Passes 564.
They're already on holiday.
Holiday? They're on holiday before the start of the season. What are you going on about? They've been on holiday. They haven't came off holiday.
They're still on pre-season.
Pre-season. They're still This is why you're getting like roasted by everyone. Like you got the manager talking about like Premier League title and all this crap. Like what fantasy land's he in? I think you guys are still stuck in the fantasy land, probably Disney or somewhere on your vacation. You know what the crap are they going on? I'm gonna get this one off.
Well, you can talk because you're top of the league. You can talk.
We're gonna win the league. Okay, let's ask that question again. Who's the most successful team in English history?
United.
Yeah, see what I'm
We've
saying.
won the most Premier League.
Newcastle because they won a trophy now. Is that what you mean?
Newcastle.
Yeah. Okay, Villa, Forest, big win.
Yeah.
There you go. Took the lead early. Two quick goals. Morgan Rogers, he's a good player.
Yeah.
Tillemans with the assist, and then Marlon.
They're just playing. They're playing good football.
They're playing really good right now.
Yeah, they're playing good football, fast attacking.
They've got some good players. I mean, those like Asensio and Rashford have really added to the dynamic of this team. Then they got Marlon.
Yeah.
Picked up Maatsen from Chelsea. Like he's doing a good job in Unai Emery. Like he's just
they've got Asensio on loan as well, correct?
Yeah, from PSG, and I believe he's going to play against PSG because he's allowed to play apparently.
Oof.
And they're playing PSG literally today in the next 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, so that's going to be a little crazy if they put him on. Can you imagine being PSG and having one of your own players come on to play against you that could possibly knock you out?
I know, it's crazy.
So,
but apparently Forest second half, 19 shots, 3 on target. I think the strikers go to the same training camp that you boys do.
Yeah, well, come on. You've got to give, Forest a little...
apparently they fought hard second half. Yeah. I didn't get to see this game. I actually had a...
Villa played well, to be fair to them. But obviously not having Chris Wood, which has been their main guy all season... he's
been out on
he scored the majority of their goals, so not having him is a big blow for Forest.
Because they got a lot of creators in that team that can. Yeah. Even Jota Silva comes on and gets goals for them.
But still, 19 shots.
Yeah, second half apparently they were
all over them.
Only
3 are on target, but still, that's a lot of shots. That's more shots than Villa.
I know. The possession was pretty even.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to skip this one. Let's go back to this game. Let's talk a bit more about this.
No, I mean we've already touched on this. Your defense.
So I told you what our weakness is for our team, and I said to you all season, and it happened against Newcastle away. And I'll give you a clue, see if you get this. What is the best way to play against Liverpool, this team?
High pressing them.
Yep.
Yeah.
High press with intensity.
Yeah.
Because they get rattled. And you've noticed, Newcastle done it against us. What happened in that game? 3-3. We were losing. Someone came back. They beat us in the final, same way. There's still the games we've played against teams where they've done this high press, PSG, other teams. You go and look at our bad results. We've had these teams do this to us. You guys did it when we drew 2-2 with you.
I also look at, you've still had results, but I don't feel like you've played well in the last 2 months, 3 months.
No, we haven't. Not 2 months, 3 months. I'm saying we've had our moments. Yeah. But the problem with these other games is when these teams sit back, eventually we'll pick them off because we have creativity, and even if teams come at us like these do, and they score goals, we still score goals and come back into these games. The problem with this one is we didn't put our chances away. We hit the crossbar, we were missing so many good chances. We had 14 shots, 6 on target. I mean, look at the passes, the touches, the possession.
But I'm saying,
it doesn't matter. You're giving up.
But what I'm saying is, though, in general, the last 3 months that you have played, and I think you only had I think you had a patch this season where you played really good for about 2 months.
Yep.
And even at the start of the season, you just ground out results. You've done what champions do.
Yep.
You ground out results. One match is not playing well.
Yep.
It's not like, I'm telling you right now, it's not like anyone switching the TV and going, I wanted to watch Liverpool play today, except a Liverpool fan, to see how they do.
I don't know. There was that 2 months when they did and we were dominating teams. But
that's what I'm saying. You had 2 months where you played really good. But in general, the last 3 months, your overall play has not been good. And I think what it's done, it's made all these other teams think, you know what, we could have a go here.
I think the Newcastle game really changed things that are having to go at Liverpool. There's other games we get the job done. But, the problem for me, the one big issue in this game is who was in goal. I like Kelleher, but he seems to me that Alisson is a better shot stopper than Kelleher.
I don't know. He had some...
Apart from maybe the balls down low, where I felt like Kelleher could get down quicker than Alisson.
Yeah.
But, he got balls blasted past him where I don't think Alisson concedes 1 or 2 of those goals.
Yeah, you might be right. But at the same time, when Kelleher came in, when Alisson was injured...
Oh, no, he's a great goalkeeper. He's a great number 2.
Some unbelievable
But games. I don't think he's the level of Alisson overall.
He's not.
Alisson's world class. Do you know what I mean?
Without a doubt. But you've got to remember, he played out of his skin and still got put out of the team.
Yeah, I know.
So
because you just know how good Alisson is.
Yeah. So, but I mean, what does he have to do then? You know, what I mean, as a goalkeeper,
I think he's going to leave because we
thinking,
signed the goalkeeper.
he's definitely leaving.
Yeah, we signed Mamardashvili, didn't we?
Yeah, he's definitely leaving.
We have a goalkeeper.
You know how much he's getting paid a week?
I have no clue.
10 grand a week.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, why hasn't he left a long time ago? Like, he's so
I
good.
don't know, because he was probably under a contract and figured he might. I seen something on.
Another robbery in Liverpool doesn't happen very often, does it? Eh?
Yeah.
Doesn't happen often.
I mean, listen, I know as Irish people get a little, stick for not being on the bright side, but come on, Keller, 10 grand a week.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
No wonder you want to leave.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Yeah, it was a crazy match. I believe we were coming back all over them. I was listening to the rest of it, and it just we couldn't get it in. And
yeah, I seen something on, I think it was on YouTube or something, where they were showing the Liverpool's players' wages, and he was pretty much right at the bottom with some of the the young kids.
It's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I watched the first half. One of my teams was playing with the championship of the league this season, and I was away at this tournament, so then I had to check out of the Airbnb and stuff. I had to go, and so I had the radio on listening, like for the second half, and it was just brutal.
Although, you know what, I'll go sit on the bench for 10 grand a week.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Sign me up.
I'll go and goal for
scab.
Give me that cash. I think, okay, so let's skip forward. All right, so City Palace. We haven't got so many big games this week. So Man City Palace is the early game. Could be a tricky little game, but I fancy City to get that job done now.
Yeah.
Brighton Leicester. I don't see anything but a Brighton win. Forest Everton could be a tricky game because Everton are tough to beat.
Yes, they are.
Could be a tight game.
That's going to be a tight game for sure. The only thing with Everton, and same with Forest. Everton's firepower is not the best, and Forest at home are freaking hard to score against.
Yeah, I know. If Forest get a goal, it could be 1 or 2-0 Forest. This game could be easily 0-0 or 1-1. I mean, I think it's going to be low scoring, tight game. That'll be 3-3.
Yeah.
Like, what do we know?
It'll be a goal fest.
Yeah. Villa Southampton. See this game here. So if you guys do fantasy football, Villa players right now are good, but the problem they have is these Champions League games.
Yeah.
It's going to affect who they play and which players are going to come in and who can and play and can't play. I mean,
but you say that the game they just won on Saturday against Forest, they made 8 changes.
I know, for the Champions League.
So, but what I'm saying, that goes to show how strong their bench is right now.
Mm-hmm.
They had Asensio, Rashford, them players on the bench.
Was Watkins on the bench as well?
I think Watkins may have been on the bench as well. So that's
crazy how he's not even starting sometimes now.
So that's telling you how strong, their bench is. And that's the bench is key to nearly every Premier League team. Yeah. If you've got a strong bench, you can change up, especially with the the new rules with how many subs you can play.
Yeah, so, I mean they're definitely building a good squad there. And then Arsenal Brentford, this is a tricky game. I think this is good for Liverpool right now. Obviously, everyone's like, yeah, they're way clear, but it's just nice to get the job done. But I feel like Arsenal are going to start slipping up still because there's no way they are going to play their strongest team, playing Brentford, when you're 3-0 up against Real Madrid. You've got to go to play them on Wednesday in the Bernabeu, and it's like, I can't see Saka starting. I can't see Rice starting. I can't see a lot of these players starting. I think Arsenal are going to go, do you know what? We might give some of them half a game.
Yeah, I agree. I think some of them will get half a game. I think he may start with Saka just to give him a run out.
And take him off.
Because he's not, he's still not fully fit. He's back, So he may start the game, give him a run out.
But you imagine like he plays some of these players and they get injured and all of a sudden it's like Saliba or somebody like this or like Raya in goal or anything or one of your players like Declan Rice or Odegaard or somebody that's really important to the team, and all of a sudden it's like bang, you play Real Madrid, and like I mean, the 3-0 up, they should get through, but you just never know.
They're in a position now where their bench is pretty good again. All these players are back from injury, so they've been playing without them most of the season.
Sterling's going to play, I think. Wanyere's going to play.
Yeah.
Maybe Trossard's going to start. I think it's going to be the forward line players like this. I mean, but
I still fancy him to get a result here.
I fancy Brentford to get a draw here. I really do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm liking Arsenal.
Yeah, hopefully you're wrong.
You don't need to worry about Arsenal.
No, we'll be fine. We're going to smash West Ham anyway. So Chelsea, Ipswich. Chelsea should smash them, but they're not even scoring goals right now, so that's tough. Liverpool, West Ham. We really should win this pretty easily.
Yeah, that should be a pretty easy win.
Wolves Tottenham. I think that's a good game actually for the fat boy bets.
This is a tricky game for Tottenham right here because Wolves have got to be feeling good right now. They've got Cunha back. He's back from suspension. They're pretty much guaranteed, unless they have an absolute disastrous next, finish to the league. They're pretty much guaranteed staying up after being in.
Yeah, they're clearing out. That was their game.
I'm not sure what the Wolves' running is.
I think they're safe,
but
I don't think
they're safe. Newcastle, Man United.
This is the big game.
It's going to be a tough game for United.
That's the big game.
I think Newcastle are on a bit of a high right now. They're playing really good again. Newcastle. I think.
Who do you like in the next one then? Bournemouth, Fulham. This is a tricky little tie right now because Bournemouth started struggling. Fulham were down a bit, but then they just came back in a big win against Liverpool. But they're playing better at home than away. Yeah. So this is tough. I mean, this could go either way. I mean, I'm going to take the home team here.
I think home team. I give them the edge, but.
Could go either way.
This is it's a 50-50 game.
And then Newcastle play again. This is a double game week for them against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, again, if Newcastle beat us on Sunday, I fancy them.
This up here.
I fancy them just continuing the run against Crystal Palace.
So there's Newcastle. They're on 53. They have a game in hand. Level with Chelsea. It's only on the goal difference. If they win the game in hand, they're 1 point behind Forest.
Yeah.
And they play you and they play Palace, so that could give them a gap on City to 4 points.
Yeah. So Newcastle have to pretty much, they're going to be playing their strongest team no matter what, because they've still got.
They're going all out. Yeah, they're all out. They're still out of the league now to get in there.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be like a double for them. It'd be like a double, getting Champions League football and winning a trophy.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
So this is the biggest game of the weekend, I feel.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough game right here for United.
I'm surprised Newcastle only beat you 10 times.
Yeah, we had that number for so many years. It was just crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, but
Manky Mank just leaves his phone on when we're recording. He's pretty smart.
Yeah, that was Roy Keane asking me what I think about this game.
Yeah, Roy Keane saying we're going to get some.
Tricky game. United are just you just don't know what's going to happen.
What are you talking about? Tricky game? You're going to get absolutely effing smashed.
No, I don't think they'll.
I think they're going to put 2 or 3 passes. You're going to get done. You're getting done all day long. No chance you're going to even win this game.
All right.
Don't even think about it.
Make sure you got this on the Fat Boy bets.
We will. We'll have it up there. I hope we do. I might let you pick first. You want to take United?
No, I'm going to let you take Newcastle.
See, that's what confidence he is. Look at this. There you go. What was the last time you played there? They beat you at home.
Yeah.
You beat them at home. Mm-hmm. They beat you 1-0. Beat you 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
So they beat you at St. James's Park. You haven't even scored a goal last 2 times you've gone there.
Yeah, I mean, they're good at home. You got to give it to them.
They've won 4 of their last 5.
Listen.
Lost to the champions.
They are favourites to beat us, no doubt.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, they should be.
No doubt.
Yeah, right, let's jump forward. Arsenal, Brentford. Look at this. Okay, look at this player stats. I just want to pull this up. Bremo's 16 goals, Wissa 14 goals, Damsgaard 10 assists. They have the top. Well, he's equal with Saka with 10, but they have the top. Yeah. Crazy, that, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, when Bremo's had it, unbelievable.
But there's the wing there. Arsenal will play 2 wins at home, 3 away.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 2 draws.
Yeah.
1 draw, and then obviously the win from Brentford at home. So they've never beat them.
No, I mean, if there's a time to beat them, it'll be this weekend because one, they're going to be absolute on a high from.
I think the rest of the players, I really do.
And they're supposed to rest players.
Yeah,
because Real Madrid next week, even though they're 3-0 down, Real Madrid score an early goal. I'll tell you what, I can see them coming back.
It's game on, yeah.
They only have to score 3 and then it goes to.
I mean, if you look at the last 2 times they played, Arsenal won 2-1 and they drew 1-1. So Brentford did get a draw 2 years ago at the Emirates.
Yeah.
So that's a big game. And then the last game, I picked Forest Everton here. Wasn't really much to pick from. I just figured this could be a tricky little game.
Huge game for Forest right here.
Yeah, Everton beat them last year 1-0.
Yeah.
2-2 before that. Everton, decent record against them.
Everton are playing good right now as well. So,
he says play good. Look at this. Look at their past 5
results. No, but I'm saying in general,
1-1.
Yeah, but
lost 1-1.
But
no, I know what you're saying. They've only lost 1 game in the last 10 or 11 games.
They're hard to beat, is what I mean.
Yeah, they're very tough to beat.
They're tough to beat. They're not playing. 1-1
like might be
football.
The best score to go for here, and that might be the.
You know what?
I'm tempted to go for the draw.
I'm going to go with Forest here because I just feel like Everton are going to struggle to score against them.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest thing. And I think Nottingham Forest are also going to struggle to score against Everton as well. So you're right. It could be a 0-0, game.
Could be 0-0. I think this is going to be no higher than 1-1. I do not. If I was betting this game, I would not be betting on the over. I would be taking the under 2.5. Definitely not betting on the over. Okay, just quickly want to throw these up because there's a couple of double games. That's the next week's games. Big game for Liverpool. Tough one away to Leicester. This is Liverpool to win the league now. Is the West Ham and then Leicester get the 6 point. Arsenal go to Ipswich, easy win. Chelsea Fulham, that's a derby. West End. Who else do we have? Everton City, tricky little
Newcastle
game. Villa Newcastle's a classic game there.
There's the game of the weekend without a doubt.
Villa Newcastle. United Wolves. Who else have we got in there? Palace Bournemouth, Brighton Brentford.
Yeah.
Villa Newcastle's definitely the game. And then I also I want to just do this for you. So there's actually double game week for the FA Cup.
Right.
So then you've got City Villa. So Villa go to Newcastle. They're home to Newcastle, sorry. Then they go to City.
Right.
Arsenal have a double game. They go away to Ipswich and then home to Palace.
Mm-hmm.
So they can cut the gap at the top if they keep winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think it's done. So let's going to move on. This is what happened last week. Caught you up. Catching you up here.
Yep.
There you go, look. So my pick was Ipswich. You got the winner. You picked Chelsea. Done me a favour. 0-0.
Yep. You
picked Bournemouth. They didn't win. And then I took Palace. So that's a tough week.
Yeah. They were tough games last week to pick from.
So I gained on the points. So look at that. You got 2 yellows there. You got 2 correct scores.
2 correct scores, eh? Villa.
I got 1, but I gained on the points though. I got 9 points from the weekly score.
Yeah. Good.
So I caught up a little bit there on you. Okay, there we go. Look at this. Did you notice anything that's blank this week? Give him a second, see if he spots it. Who were our Fat Boy bets this week? Who are we going to pick?
Oh, yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they're blank.
So now we're going to decide between us which games to do. So we're going to say Newcastle United. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go. Which other ones do you think we should go for? Bournemouth, Fulham.
Yep.
Oh, I've doubled that game up there. Look, I screwed that up. Look at this. I'm getting good, aren't I? Made a mistake. That's actually meant to be Newcastle Palace. I don't know what happened there. My bad. I'll fix that and edit that and put it in. So we got City Palace. I don't think we do that game. We don't have Brighton. I think Forest Everton could be a game to put in.
Yeah, Forest Everton's a good game.
Yep. I don't like Arsenal Brentford. Arsenal favourite. Southampton Villa's no good. Chelsea is no good. Probably Wolves Tottenham.
All right, let's start with not Forest Everton.
No, we put 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I picked first last week. It's your pick. So we've got Forest Everton.
Yep.
We have United against Newcastle. Newcastle home to United. We have Wolves at home to Tottenham and Bournemouth at home to Fulham. They're the 4 games.
Okay.
Your
so
pick.
I will take Nottingham Forest.
Okay. Against Everton. All right, I'll take that. I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I will take Newcastle because you knew I was going to do that.
Yep. And then what are the other 2 you said?
Wolves against Tottenham and Bournemouth against Fulham.
Wolves against Tottenham, Bournemouth against
Fulham. You going to take Tottenham?
You're
going to take Bournemouth, aren't you? Yeah, definitely not one of them.
I'm going to take...
Drum roll, please.
Bournemouth.
I knew it. Put the pressure on me now. Who to take? I'm going to have to... Oh, it's tough, isn't it? I don't want it. Oh. I probably would have took Bournemouth. You know that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you've done that.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Tottenham.
All right.
They're a better team.
They are.
Okay, run down the list. Man City Palace.
Man City Palace. I'm going to go for...
We'll do rapid fire round this time.
2-1 City.
Okay, I'm going to go 3-0 City. Brighton Leicester.
Brighton Leicester. I'm going to go for 3-0 Brighton.
I was going to think that. You've got me now. 2-0 Brighton. Forest Everton.
I'm going to go for 2-0 Nottingham Forest.
I'm going to go 1-1. Southampton Villa.
I'm going to go 3-0. No, 2-0 South Aston Villa.
I think you said South. I'm going to put that down. I took
South Villa.
South Villa, is that allowed? I'm going to take 3-1 Aston Villa. Arsenal Brentford.
Arsenal Brentford. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
2-2. Chelsea Ipswich.
I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
You're getting all the first picks here. It's going to make a problem for me. 4-0 Chelsea.
Ooh.
Yeah, I knew that, Jack. Yeah.
Liverpool West Ham. Go on, I'll let you pick that.
3-0 Liverpool. You're going to take that one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to go...
You're going to go up and go 4-0, or you're going to go down and go 2-0?
I'm going to go...
We might concede. Our defense gives up goals, don't they?
No, I'm going to go 4-0 Liverpool.
Okay, you went up, all right. I'll let you pick the next one. Wolves Tottenham.
I'm going to go...
Let's see here.
Wolves 2-1.
So you would have picked Wolves otherwise. All right. I got to take Tottenham. I'm going to take Tottenham 2-0. Newcastle Man United. I'm going to take first pick. I'm going to say 3-1 Newcastle.
I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
Okay, not a chance you score on 2 goals. Oh my God, what are you smoking? All right, Bournemouth Fulham. On you.
Bournemouth.
Now, is that the Wednesday game or the Monday game that they're playing?
I'm going to go Bournemouth 2-1.
Okay, and then the last, I'll go Fulham 2-1. And then Bournemouth, Fulham, which is actually meant to be Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. Don't ask me what happened there. I'll just edit that in. But we'll leave.
I'm going to go Newcastle 3-0.
I'm going to go Newcastle 3-1. Okay.
All right.
That will cap us off for this week, Manky Mank.
All right, guys.
Hopefully Arsenal can lose, Liverpool win, and then we cut the gap so we only need 5 points to win the league.
Stressful, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah, you didn't ask me about that. Like, we lost, but we actually needed less points to win the league.
Stressful.
Oh, it's very stressful. Like, this little logo here right behind me like that.
Yep. All right, guys. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week.
All right, bye-bye.